Audrey, will you please start the timer? Thank you. My name is Kehrein Olivo, but please call me KO. Nobody wants to be a Karen these days. That's the only joke that you will hear tonight. It's very important that I showed up as myself today. I've been an industry professional for 25 years. I've spent so much time on so many stages all over the world. Rarely as myself. And it's really difficult, because normally I would be in the wings and I would put on all of this emotional armor, and then I would come out here and I would be impervious. And it doesn't matter what you do. I have my script, I have a costume, I have all of these things, and I chose specifically to leave all of those things behind. Because this is really what I have been needing, and this is really what I've been wanting, which is a connection. To be able to see your faces, to know that you're a human being and we are breathing the same air. Thank you. So sorry to bring you out of the performance world, but this is so much more important to me. It's important to say the reason that I have an issue with performing now. Historically, I come from a household where there was a lot of domestic abuse, and also I'm a rape survivor. The way that I kept my body safe in those spaces was to be good at something, and to be good at acting kept me safe. So much like many people of color in which trauma starts to define them, I found a way of monetizing it. I spent 25 years monetizing it. So when Anthony, where are you? When Anthony asked me, what was it, 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago to do this, and he said, it's a performance about peace. I thought, well, first of all, I can't perform because I'm trying to leave that part of my body behind, and I'm trying to leave that trauma response behind. But also, how does one talk about peace when you do not know peace in your mind and in your heart? And I'm trying so desperately to find it, and hopefully today is like the first step into finding peace, and I think it has to do with you. Your humanity and my humanity here tonight together. So, I've made some notes. I was going to actually try and prime the space because I felt like I would probably be so uncomfortable that I wouldn't be able to keep my breath, but you are here with me, I can tell, and I thank the gods for it, so we can move on. So Anthony said, a performance about peace. Now, I do write on my own. It is just for my own eyes. And the way that I write is that I really rely on the muse. But the muse has the night shift. So at 3 or 4 a.m., I get this really horrible, nagging feeling, and the muse says, KO, guess what? Wake up. Get pen to paper quickly or you're going to miss the miracle. So I have to get up out of bed and I have to find a piece of paper and I have to write these things down. And so for the last 2 weeks, I have been waiting for the muse to show up to tell me what to say to you in this moment. And I wrote the pieces down, a couple of sentences every single night, all the way up until Friday. I wrote them down and I purposefully did not memorize them because 25 years in the business would make me come up here and perform for you if I memorized them. So stick with me. First night. This cannot be for show, nor can it hold the complexities that I encompass. Thank you, Muse. That is very kind of you. Peace is an unscripted action that begs of me the thing that will offer you the solution to our collective problem. I'm going to be really straight with you. I don't completely understand that one. I'm really hoping that the muse shows up in a couple of weeks to sort of unpack that for me. But I figured, you know what? You woke me up. I'm writing it down. Can you say it again? Oh, absolutely. Peace is an unscripted action that begs of me the thing that will offer you the solution to our collective problem. I've been wasting time on white stories that were built for gain and not for peace, so I am out of practice. I was an actor, and I was not the author of my life. I dressed up to make someone else's ideas sing while my ideas stayed withered and undiscovered on the vine. It's my privilege to stop surviving and start contemplating. Through the break of the absent grind to scour my mind for the contents of peace. The muse was deep that night. My best efforts are to be real with you, with myself, with this world, with this moment, and to confess that I am not the oracle. I am a flawed human, and my complacency and privilege has led me to the advancement of my own demise. The muse cut deep that night, y'all. Woo. So here I am. I've benefited so much from systems that have oppressed and that have hurt people. And I think I know why it happened and what I did. Sorry. I want to say, I come from a Spanish Pentecostal background. So when I was really young, probably about 6, my parents sat me down and they asked me if I would give my life to God. And even when I was 6, I remember the looks on their face, and they had so much hope. And there was so much responsibility in my answer. I could even sense that as a child. And so I know what I'm about to say holds a lot. I understand the weight of devoting your life to service. It is a constant. It is an everyday. It is the us before me. I can't undo anything that I've done in the past, whether it's my willful erasure of Afro-Latine, whether it is my complacency with the patriarchy and making money for people who would undo our democracy. I can't change any of that. But I can promise you for the rest of my life, I will stand in a place of honor for what we can make for the future. Thank you so much, Zachary. Everything is not really scripted, so I just hope you understand. I had to have a timer because I didn't know what was going to happen here. But the muse gave me a message to give you for this last bit. Devoting my life to service, to you, to those who have passed and lived on in memories and in the energy that vibrates through us. That's where the piecing of my purpose will begin. That is how I'll find peace. In this moment, in this simple connection, in an evening of voices that are built to inspire. Mine is of a single person that is back at their foundation, cautiously, methodically, intentionally building up others in the hopes that my past failures can be redirected. Thank you so much for accepting me as I arrive.
Yeah. Grandma. Grab my hand, I'll put you on your throne. It's easy to fall, everything going on. Anxiety rising, I hear it in your tone. The pain melts away as you listen to the song. And we still pushing. 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 Help you see.